Hello, guys, welcome to Holistic Living, and this is episode 2 of the Faith series. And I am Joy, and with me is
Juma, of course.
Yes, and today we are going to talk about, as I've said, faith, and we're going to discuss about why does God allow suffering. So, yeah. And I'd like to pose a question to you. Do you think God allows us to suffer?
What do you think?
Don't answer a question with a question.
Oh, all right. So, I think we must. I want us to be a bit cautious because our audience are subscribing to different faiths. Yeah. So, I actually like using the Supreme Being.
Okay.
Yeah, because it depends with how people refer to God. Yeah. So first of all, I want to say that God does not facilitate or does not allow, or in other words, it does not interfere with our actions or whatever we do. Or you see, God gave us the dominion, right, over the world or over the earth, right? So it means that we have what we call free will, right? So as human, we are human of choice, right? We have the free will, we have the right, we have the will to choose, right? So it's just like we usually say that, still subscribing to the law of duality, right? That it means that for everything you do, there is usually actions and a reaction, right? So actions and consequences. So decisions and consequences. So anything that you do, it has consequence, right? So God do not God don't want to interfere with us, right? We are here. We have been given equal resources, so that your decisions is what will make you to be in a particular direction. And with regard to that, I want you to, this is now for my fellow following my faith. This is now from my fellow Christians. Can you just read for me Deuteronomy chapter 30 verses 19 and see what it says about this? Do you have your Bible?
Yes.
Okay, can you read?
So Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 19.
Chapter 30 verses 19.
Sorry.
Yes.
Chapter 30 verse 19. It says, I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life.
Choose life. So that's it's just like you've been given you just been given the free will, right? So it will always, the decision that you choose is what will lead you to either suffering or enjoying, right?
But
so
some people are born into suffering. It's not their choice, it's someone else's choice. They get themselves into that.
Please explain, give me example. What do you mean by some people are joined? Okay, see, when you're given birth to as a child, or when a child is given birth to, actually, usually, let's start by even let me, I like using real scenarios. For example, you might have you might have even parents which are even in HIV positive, or discordant couples. If I say discordant couple, means that one is infected and another one is not infected. Another one is negative, the other one is positive. So if you look at this thing very well, you will find that naturally a child born of where both the parents are positive, this child can be born negative, right? So what does that tell you? That when a child is born, you are clean, right? You are coming when you are clean. So it doesn't matter the environment where you are born, right? It doesn't matter the environment where you are born.
Yes.
So be it you are born in a rich family, or you are born in a poor or a humble family, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why am I saying this? I know. Maybe you are not getting the point. Like you want to say that some are really suffering. Now let me bring the point. You see, like I said, that there is usually action and consequences. You've seen, for example, in the Christian background, usually we have something called tithing, right?
Yeah.
So when you tithe, what is the purpose of tithing? So that the money or whatever collected from that can be used to help the needy, the orphans, the group that are unfortunate group, right?
Yeah.
Or the less fortunate group, right?
Yes.
So what does this? And when you do that, the only problem is that nowadays the religious leaders are nowadays not keen on how to go about this, such that instead of using the resources that are generated for that purpose, some use for their own benefit, right? But ideally, that is a law. The tithing, that's a law, so that you can take wealth from those that were born, those that found themselves born in a well-off family, and take some resources, take it back to those people who are born in a less fortunate families, right? So it's just like rebalancing the resources. You understand? You remove it from the people who are wealthy and you take it to the people who are less fortunate. The people who are less fortunate, not because they decided so.
Yeah.
Because that, if you say an orphan, you were born, you did not decide the death of your parents. You understand?
Yeah.
It's out of you. It's not something within your control. It happens, right? So you have no control over that.
Yeah.
So that's why that rule needs you to take resources and go help a needy, or even the children that are in the street. They are children. They don't have the capacity to go and work. They still need to depend on someone, and because they lack the parents, so they need to be supported. So that's why the rich should take some wealth and go and support the needy. And when you do that, you will always find that God will bless you. And still going back to the actions and consequences, there are some actions that when you do, you find the favor of God.
True.
Right? So I'm still answering you on the thing that you're saying, that some people are being born in a poor and others are being born in a
rich.
Now the thing is, every human being, you are going through stages. Of course, you've seen those people who they are coming from a humble background, but they end up due to their commitments. You work hard in school, you do all this, you get sponsorship, or some people can usually some are being even adopted.
Yeah.
You can get all the kind of aids, right?
Yeah.
It reach a point whereby now it is you to make the decision. All right. So there is now the point that now you choose whether you want to remain the poor or you want to change the background. Do you get the point? So that's why we are saying that when you're being given birth to, or when you join this world, is already, you are free to, you can achieve anything. Like you've been given the free will. So it depends with the information you have in your brain. It depends with your perspective. You understand? It depends with what you are doing in every day. Like your daily activities really matters, right? Yeah. So I think I've answered you, or I've not given you you. You can just bring any point that I'm not saying.
I think I've gotten.
You've gotten the point.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you come from.
The ball is in your court.
The ball is in your court.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it is at certain level where you are not in a position to make decision for yourself, right? Now what should you do at that point? Assume you are still young. You cannot, okay, of course you have to act, but you cannot work at that particular, you are still young, like the orphans and that. So that's why we are being told you need to talk to the supernatural being. You need to pray, right? So when you pray, you will get the favor. Somebody will just come from anywhere, right? And decide to take up your responsibilities, or to bring you to be your guardian, something like that, right? And once you've gotten, when you are adopted or when somebody comes to be your guardian, it will depend with how the decisions you'll be making under that roof. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you use the resources or the environment, the conducive environment that you've been given well, then it reaches a point whereby now you yourself, you also have to now create a background, right? You will have to make a background. So that's why I usually concur with this. There's someone who usually say that never blame anybody for your misfortune or for your status in life. So if you are poor, just take it. It is your responsibility. You are the one who, it is as a result
of your bad choices.
Yes, of your bad. Actually, you should not blame anyone.
Okay.
You should not blame anyone. Do you agree? Or you say, or you're not agreeing with me?
So sometimes, sometimes people can put you in a deep mess. You cannot.
How? Explain to me. How can someone put you into a deep mess? Just explain. Give us instance and see. Yeah, we should be practical. Actually, tell us how somebody can put you in a deep mess until now it becomes that your failure is caused by someone else. Tell us.
For example, you have a friend who tells you to. This is a real story actually.
No, we need real story actually.
Yeah, there were two friends, and one came and told the other that there's, it was a get money thing, okay, and he told the friend that when we put something like 250,000. This is the return you get every month. And you see the friend was like, okay. And like when someone is trying to convince you of something, they always have very good evidence and stuff. So you, even at the back of your mind, you not doubt anything. So the friend agreed to it, and the first month passed. Actually, he did. You know what the guy did? He did not even put 250,000. He put 500,000, half an M, into that thing, hoping that it will give him good returns. Because also he was the only breadwinner of his family. So yeah, and a month passed. He didn't hear from the friend. The second month passed. And no, this is where the mind started clicking and stuff. So in this situation, long story short, the guy was conned by the friend. All his money went. The friend went, blocked him and stuff, and he started now from zero. So is this your bad choice? Surely. So you were convinced.
Who do you want to put that in for? So who do you want to?
The friend is to blame.
That's very wrong. No, I can't blame that friend. That's very wrong to blame.
You
that
can't
friend.
Also blame yourself.
You have to be blamed. In fact, 120%.
No, the guy can. Not can. He went into depression somehow because now you have loans.
Sorry to say that is stupidity.
No, he took a 500,000 loan. What's wrong?
That's an insect. Wanted to greet you.
He took a 500,000 loan, put into this thing. Plus, at the company where he is, there is a circle. You have borrowed from people. Now you have loans all over. Now this person, whom you trusted, like you were like, this is my guy.
Why are you trusting people? in the first place.
That's another thing we talked about.
Yes.
We are friends. Friendship, trust.
Yes.
Trust is a quality needed.
Why? We know it's a quality needed. But even in that episode, we talked about.
Yeah, you should test friends.
Yes.
And maybe they had tested each other in the past, and
the test, then the test, they did not do the test. So whatever, even in that
scenario, the
scenario,
person should not be blamed.
The person must be blamed, and it should be caned.
No.
And in fact, whatever the money which was lost was the cane itself. So that was a school fee. So from there, I learned.
So you will.
It couldn't be me because I'm usually do my due diligence. It can't be. That example can't work on me.
Let's calm down.
Yes, that example can't work on me because you have to do your due diligence when you are doing anything. If you know very well that this 500,000 is what you have in and out, right? So why would you just put it anyhow?
Jacob, you were taken even to play, like you're told this is the building, this is what they do and stuff, and you're like, oh, this is a very good thing, like I can want to put my money in here, it will yield me good results. You wouldn't doubt anything, by the way.
I want you to be a technical investor. We usually have what we call risk return trade-off. Anytime that you are entering into anything that is having a very lucrative interest rate, you must be ready to take that risk. So that was the risk. So losing the whole money was the risk. If you would have gotten the return, that highest return you're talking about, you would have been happy and smiling and celebrating.
Okay.
You understand?
He took the risk and he lost it.
Yes. So that was lesson. That was
so the guy should be blamed.
That is a school fee. You should not blame anybody.
No.
You should blame himself.
Put yourself in this person's
I'm putting
shoe.
myself in that shoe.
Would you blame yourself if it were you?
I can't. It can't be me.
Please,
if it was me, then I would have blamed myself, and I can't be that stupid. I can't be that stupid. Right?
Okay.
Yes. So there is what we call due diligence. You have to do due diligence, right? And sometimes that guy was not just very smart enough. There are things, if you tell me, to me you can't lie to me. If that was me, then that guy would have failed in the first place.
Okay.
Because I would have asked fundamental questions, and because this was a plot, you could have failed, right? So we are still going back that we have the free will, right? Decisions has consequences. So what we are saying is that any situation you are currently, you are the cause, right? Let's say, for example, there's some people who are currently they're battling some diseases, the non-curable ones, right? And sometimes if you just dig well, you realize that they really play a better part in ensuring that they insisted that they must have that disease.
No. What if you are a child suffering because of the consequences of your parents?
Now, will you blame yourself?
How?
The kid be blamed.
How?
Well,
give me an example of where a child is suffering as a result of.
An example is I'm staying in a. Let's say these kids that are born with strict mothers, like those kids, should they blame themselves that their parents, that it is their decisions to be born in those families?
I want also to ask you: Have you seen some people going and picking the street children and taking them to adopting them, and some of them even taking them to orphanage that they have no information about? Have you seen?
Yes.
Now, what is the difference between those people who are being picked and those people who are being left? What did the person who is being picked do to deserve that? And
in most cases, you do realize that it is out of sympathy that the person who was picked, this other one, is just sympathized with the life that that person is.
Why just this? Because if I can find them in a group, they're not picked all.
Because you cannot also pick all.
Based on your capability.
So why just that one?
Why just
that one, the one which was picked? Why?
Sometimes you find that they are individual. They are picked individually. They are not picked in group. That you go pick. You cannot select from a group. Then you pick from that group.
Why would this one not go to that area where this guy passed and picked him?
You can't decide fate and tell that, you know what, let me do
so this. That you see that thing you call that the thing you are describing as fate.
Yes.
That fate is a favor, right? How do that's what I was explaining here. that
You
favor.
You can't.
You
decide.
can influence
Okay,
that.
for the period that
You can
assume
influence that. Yes.
this person is being picked at maybe age 16. Or let's age 16 is far. Let me
Put it even 10.
age 10.
Yes.
So from age 1 to age 10, this person was suffering.
Yes.
From age 1 to 10, was he supposed to blame herself or himself because
From age?
from age 1 to 10?
I want to explain something. You see, suffering is usually comes as a result of comparison. And comparison comes as a result of you having the knowledge.
It's not comparison.
It's suffering is a comparison.
No, if you lack food, it's not that you're comparing yourself with somebody who have food.
They don't
lack. True, you don't
they have food.
No, they don't.
They have food.
They don't.
Can human beings survive without food?
No.
It depends
Some
on the
people
type of food.
struggle to get
You
that
see-
food.
You see that type of food, the type of food you talk about,
Even that type, getting it is a problem.
is their responsibility to look for that food at that time,
No.
at the age of 1.
No, it's not.
Who is getting
The
that
parent.
the parent.
Uh-huh.
So it is still on the parent.
But I'm now asking about the kid. My concern is now the kid.
Should the
Should
kid
the kid blame himself or herself
for that
for the
situation?
situation that they are going through?
There is something I explained here.
No, no.
You did not get me. No, there's something I explained here, and you yourself,
Bana, you cannot-
yourself, you agreed. Okay, let me
You
come
know,
up. Let me
not
come up
every
again.
suffering you can-
Let me come up again, because you agreed that you
You
got me.
cannot.
Let me come up again. You agreed that you got me, but Nick, it's like you did not get me. Now
This
I
is a
said,
different scenario.
it's the same scenario.
It's not.
I explained. I said that there is an age when, when you are given birth to, right? You come when you are clean, right? You've not caused any problem
Yes.
in the world, right?
Innocent.
You are innocent. We say that children are innocent souls, right? Now, at that particular time, I wanted to explain something here. You see the mothers, even if you are in the street or you are not in the street, right? Those people, they recognize that God exists, right? And there are some which even pray whenever they are there, right? Now, the ones that are praying, those consistent prayers usually attract the favor, right? And that favor, if this particular person is praying for the child, the favor will go to the child. The favor will not go to the other child. I'm saying
How do
this.
you know they pray? Oh, how do you know they pray?
I've interacted with them. Yes. I usually go to the street, but actually, I usually go to the street and see how they interact.
Director, where were you?
In fact, that day we were with we usually go with him. Actually, we usually go with him.
Okay.
Can you remember that day that you found me somewhere seated? I was waiting for you when you went for something around. It was around
Yeah, I do.
University Way. Can you remember?
Yes, I do remember.
Yes. So that day.
You see, in the morning, when you just walk around that place,
Yes.
actually that place, even let's pick Jivanji
Yes.
for an example.
Yes.
You will find so many of them
Yes.
sleeping there. Kids as young as maybe 1-2 years in that, and imagine in the period that it's raining, right? Now at age 2, this kid doesn't even know how to pray. So you can't say this kid is praying.
No, but the kid, you see, you what you people don't understand is that if you say praying, it's not necessarily means that you pray.
No.
Sometimes, sometimes.
No.
While you were 2 years, did you know how
no.
to pray?
No. Let me say. Let me say. No.
Let's go that direction.
No. I'm just trying. There's a point. Just allow me. Just put this
Okay,
point I want to
if
say.
you put it, I want you to put it a reference with the kid, not the parent.
The kid.
Yes.
I want to put the kid.
Yes.
Now, when the kid, you see, it's raining, and they've been rained on, and
They don't know how to talk.
they've been rained on.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to explain. Now the kid maybe shivering around. So you see that vibration.
Everybody is shivering is communicating. That's already your brain.
No, that's shivering. You see, the kid is
So
vibrating.
if I'm rained on outside here, then I'm shivering. I'm praying. You know what? In that situation, I'm praying.
No, what I'm just trying to say, okay, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that you are communicating to nature.
Okay.
You see, that time you are thinking because you are depressed.
The 2-year-old kid, you can't tell me is thinking in terms of what should be
So
done.
they are not thinking. So they don't feel that they're suffering at that point.
Yes.
They don't feel that they're suffering.
They don't.
So that's the point I was trying to bring on board. And you are saying that they know that they're suffering.
You see,
So
to
it's
me, to somebody like me,
yes.
if I look at them,
Yes.
I know they're suffering. Because honestly, somebody who's being rained on, who doesn't have a shelter, you understand that shelter is a basic need.
But they know
So anybody
they
doesn't
they usually run and have a shelter, even if it's not in the house, but maybe even
in the verandas
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
That cold is always sometimes unbearable.
yes.
Get?
So
these kids,
the point I was,
you see, as of that time, you can't deny that the kid is suffering.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
something that you can't deny.
but to them, do they take it as a suffering?
Okay, is that a suffering?
No, to them, do they take it as a suffering?
No, it's not to
No,
them, because to them,
you
they
see,
don't understand.
that's the whatever I was trying to tell you the other side when we are talking
No.
about marriage, whereby we are saying that sometimes it depends with your perspective,
Okay.
right?
Let me ask you a
So-
question. Let me ask you a question. You used to have a very good situation that of HIV kid and being parents giving birth to a kid, right? As I want to use an assumption that now the kid is positive, right? As of that time, is the kid aware that he or she is positive?
They don't.
They don't. Are
Yes.
they suffering or not?
Okay, they will, because now that is, you see, they will because at that time they are sick.
So,
they have to be
okay.
given the medical attention. So it is the
Are they? As of that time, are they?
of course if
They
they
are.
introduce to drug, they can take their medication.
Just say yes or no.
No, they are not. Not. We don't say that people who are having HIV are suffering. They are not suffering.
Why were you using that situation? Because I just used an example that you picked. Why did you pick it, for example, for your case?
You see the problem. The problem with this.
Because you are the one who first.
No, I was just using because sometimes when the virus do not agree with the vaccine or with the drug, it can allow it can depress or suppress the soldiers or the
white cells.
the white cells. Yes, so it means that the immunity will go down, and that will give way for the
Other-
opportunistic
yes,
diseases,
yes.
right? So which will make you suffer. So at that point you will suffer.
You see, at any given
But
point
you see,
that-
at this time when a mother give birth, of course they will not leave the hospital without this being discovered, right? So they will know very well that the child is in it.
chances are low though.
So they will do what? They will start doing what? They will start prescribing of giving the drug in it, which will suppress the yeah.
Okay. What I'm just trying to pass is the suffering is there. Because at any given point your body is suppressed or you're not getting the very basic that you may need as human being.
Now, I don't deny that. The point I was just trying to say that what will make you different from somebody else is actually you.
I really get you well. But my concern is as a tender age. Because now that comes from a point that
You see, at that tender age, you also have to do something.
No man.
Tender age, you're
I
1
give
year.
an example of a 1 year guy, a boy or a kid, or just a 1 year kid being rained on.
You see, sometimes I wonder
Juma,
how.
while
Let me,
no, can you have memories of you while you are 1 year old?
I can remember when I was 2. Now, I want to give you a scenario. You see, nature is very beautiful, and you guys need you to start studying nature. Nature is very beautiful, actually. Now, you see, sometimes, what will deliver you? You are actually usually born with it, right? You see, the thing that will bail you out of that problem, usually born with it. Sometimes you find that a child is born in the street, yes, but this child is so handsome or even beautiful, actually.
I don't dispute.
That there's nothing they can do, but people just see and say no, I'm picking this one.
It's fine.
I'm picking this
My
one.
concern is
Yes.
for the period before somebody picks you.
Yes.
for that period,
For that period,
who should be blamed?
Because you were saying that
you've
people
not-
people should blame themselves for their own
Yes.
suffering.
Because you're saying people should blame them.
okay, people should blame themselves for their suffering dated to when they start reasoning. Dated to when they start reasoning.
So you've revised it.
No, okay, I was just trying to explain this thing to you people so that you understand, right? Dated to when they start knowing the bad and
Bad and good, eh?
bad and good. Actually, even the judgment usually done when you know the bad and the good. That's when usually the judgment is being done, right? Yeah, so dated to when you knew the bad and the good. You need to distinguish the bad and the good. That's when now you start making the, and that's why I was saying, before you reach there, then you just need that favor. Before you reach that level of making the decisions of your life, about your life, you will just need the favor, and those favor will just come. It's either it can be as a result of your parents who are praying for you, right? Or it can just happen that you are being born with a favor that will help you get out of that problem. You understand? Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. But
if you revise it in that
but
manner,
what I'm just trying to say, somebody of
Let him
18 years and above want to say that there's someone who made a certain decision, that's why they're suffering today. No, that's wrong.
okay. If you revise it to the way you're saying it, then it makes sense.
but
But
Yeah, even that one I mentioned then, but I didn't make it so open like I've made it so open.
now
But
see, when you leave it like that,
Yes.
you'll crucify people. There's some people who even feel they'll start taking responsibility for what they shouldn't,
you'll make people go
because
into
they'll feel
depression.
like they are already failures. It's like there's something they like. It's until you make it a bit clear so that even if somebody encounters that message, they'll be like, okay, fine. For the past that I underwent, I can't blame myself. Let me take action from now going forward. Not that even the ones that I
see,
underwent.
that's why this is a discussion, so that you can contribute your view, so that we reach at a consensus. Yes, this is a discussion. I was not saying
Why are you
that.
shouting?
I'm shouting because you people are not getting it, this thing. This is a discussion. So you're supposed to say yours, I said mine. Yeah, and we reach a consensus. Something like that. Yeah, so that's the point. So we did it back to where you started making you started knowing the right and
Wrong, right and wrong.
right and wrong. Yeah, we take it there. Okay. But before then, it takes the investment or the decisions that your parents did, or somebody or your guardian did on your behalf, right? Yeah.
But even sometimes it still calls for nature's favor to survive even past you knowing what to do.
So you see now that is now you are right. It's now your duty to know that it takes, so that you request for that favor. That's what I'm saying. Knowing the wrong, it doesn't mean that you reach that age of knowing the wrong and the right. Everyone will know the wrong and the right. Some people won't know the wrong, and that's now we have the ignorant, the group which are ignorant, and the group that are informed.
That's why the Bible says many people suffer because of lack of.
Yes, that's what the Bible says that. Some people perish because of lack of
Knowledge.
Yes, my people perish because of. Some of my people perish because of the lack of
Not
knowledge.
some. My people.
My people.
The Bible says my.
My people. Oh, so people. So it means so long as you have no information, the next thing is
Suffering.
Death.
it is suffering or death. It is death. It's not even suffering.
Suffering.
Suffering and death.
It's suffering and death. So it depends with the verse you are reading or the.
It's suffering.
Before you die. Okay.
Is it suffering or death?
It's suffering. The Bible says my people suffer. My people perish.
It's not suffering. It is death. So perish is death.
What's perishing?
Death.
Okay.
When you perish, it means that you are dead.
Okay.
You see, some people, the kind of perishing differ. Like a flower may perish, right? It won't perish once. It withers.
Now you are
with time.
getting into a grammar.
But
We are-
it's
no,
making
it's
sense.
we are, they perish. If you say you
Yeah,
perish, you are in the
but-
process. If you say you perish, are you in the process or you are dead? You are gone.
No, there's so many people out here who don't have information on different types of areas, but they haven't died. You know, there is that period before you die.
You see,
Like
if I
the
give
way
you
he
an
was
example-
saying,
There's a stage of death.
If I give you
that
an
cannot be for. There's that
There's a
period.
The process of death.
Yes.
Mm.
If
You
I
won't
give you
die
an
for-
example, if I give you an example, I believe you've discussed about marriage and all that. In the event that you find that a man is being cheated on, for that process, or it is until he realizes that this is happening, is when he'll know that I've perished. You get? But during this process, this person didn't know that they are perishing because they didn't have the information to know that, you know what, if I do A, B, C, D, it means I'm heading towards the direction of perishing. So they've been perishing until the day a rescue comes and tells them, no,
You see, you are using the word perishing very bad, because perishing, you are dying.
Cindy, you can die
Dying
from
is a
the
process.
inside.
yes, dying is a process.
I think you die once.
Ah.
You die once. See, you die once. You can suffer,
No.
but you die once.
No.
Before you die, you are still alive. So you die once.
But you are suffering.
But
Suffering, if you say
You're
suffering is
perishing.
okay.
Cindy,
You're
that's
perishing.
No, perishing is death. Can you look for perishing? Can you just look for perishing? Because we are arguing on something that is, it's perishing is death.
Yeah.
Perishing is
people-
death. Just look for it.
So in other words, you are trying to say the Bible said when people are dying.
Yes.
People die.
Bible is
My
talking
people
of
die.
Bible is
My
talking of the final thing.
No.
The
No,
death.
no.
Okay, you guys were saying. In fact, even that verse I should. But before we get there,
Proverbs.
before it's a proverb.
Yeah, it is in Proverbs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just want to.
No, it's not in Proverbs. It's in Hosea.
Perish. I have made the first word I'm looking for. Perish.
It is in Hosea that says, let me read it for you. Which version of the Bible do you want?
KJV, King James,
Okay.
whosoever.
Perish,
King
to
James.
die.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Perish is the same as destroyed.
If I read
When you're
King
destroyed, you are no
James,
longer using
still destroyed, I need the one that will use the word perish.
Okay, so it's all right. So you see, they are destroyed. When you're destroyed, means if you destroy something, it's that thing is still there. It's not functional. If you destroy something, it's no longer
a
there.
process. What we are trying to say, it's a process. You see, when the destruction, let's assume you want to break that glass, right? You'll have to lift it, drop it before it breaks.
So that is
So
a
that
process of destruction.
lifting and dropping is the entire
That is
process.
that is a
of
process of destruction,
Yes.
but it's not destruction. If you say this, no, it is destruction. But if you say perish.
But you are the one who just diverted from perish to destroyed. Are you not the one?
My people perish because of lack of knowledge. Put the word die. My people die.
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 They die. They die.
Why there are so many people out here who don't have that, information about many things. They are not like dead, but
So the grammatical, okay, if I look at the dictionary, it's saying to pass from existence or disappearing gradually.
thank you.
Now the point is, let us not dwell so much into the grammar of the thing, but let's just agree that lack of information will be a consequence. You will be even if you go the process, the result will be you will completely get eliminated, right? So it takes you, like we're saying, that you have the free will to do what will make you. Actually, I usually say, if you want to go, you should know where you are going. Like you should know your end. Okay, where you want to be, right? Then you start working towards that goal, right? Yeah, so that's why I usually say that poverty is mindset. Where also we can debate a lot, I know. Poverty is mindset. Yes. You see, for example, there's somebody who can see me and say I'm rich. And there's somebody who can see me and say that I'm the poorest. You understand? So it depends. You understand?
Yeah.
So now what matters is you. Are you poor or are you rich?
Me?
Yes.
I'm rich.
So and again, you don't lie to yourself.
Hey, yeah, me, I'm rich.
Yeah, so you know you need not to lie to yourself, but you should know where you are, so that you work for where you want to be.
Yeah.
Right. So it is a mindset. So you first you have to conceptualize where you are or your situation. Right. Yes. So if you see that you are down, you need to just work, and when you work on your things, the situation will change. But there are those people who already they have accepted that with me I'm poor and my situation cannot change. And it means that in fact instead of even increasing, will keep on going down.
Yeah.
Right. Keep on going down. And I gave you an evidence on how you can. Now, our viewers, how can you know about whether you are having a growth mindset or you are having a pessimistic thought? For example, I said that you cherish your past so much than even your present. Like if you look at your past, that was the moment that you would even wish to go back there. So it means your curve or your graph is declining, right? So it means where you are before is the best. So as time goes by, you are declining. You are declining. You are perishing the way you people you are putting it. So you are perishing. But when you are having a growth mindset, always your tomorrow, usually see your tomorrow as the best, right?
Yeah.
Your tomorrow is always the best, and something that is cumulatively. So you keep on working and things are changing, and it's very simple. It takes the decisions that you are making. Yeah. Because there are things that are equal for all of us, as we've said that God gave us the dominion. Yeah. So there are things that are equal to all of us. For example, time is the same for all of us, right? Yeah, time is equal to all of us. Now you also have your body, you have energy, you have all these things, until you start making some decisions that maybe you start taking certain risk that maybe might make your finger to disappear, make your leg to disappear, make your head to disappear, make your good health to disappear, right? That's when now you will start having the real suffering. You understand? But when you are born okay, naturally fit, it means you have an equal opportunity to be wherever you want to be, right?
Okay.
We agree?
Yeah.
So we are saying that the suffering is because of us. Is it true if now say that way?
To some extent.
Which extent?
Until someone starts reasoning.
But of course we'll reach there.
Before that.
Okay.
Before that.
Now let's say for somebody,
not your fault
let's
that
somebody who dies before reaching that time. Has that somebody even suffered?
Somebody dies before reaching
that time of knowing good and bad.
Yes, they have.
Suffered how?
You haven't seen them suffering?
They didn't know that is suffering. They don't know.
So it's only until you know, that's when you know that you're suffering.
Yes.
So then it's right to tell. If you're saying so, then it's like, if I refuse to know that I'm suffering even at the age of 40, then I shouldn't.
No, that age of knowing right and good is already decoded.
That I know.
It is decoded.
No, it's me.
That is not stupidity. That is not stupidity. No, it is decoded. You see that age? That age is decoded naturally. I can't quote the exact one, but it is decoded. You see, like for example, in Kenya, we say that the age of majority begins from 18. It is set. It's not depending on you. It's not you to decide that.
Well, at the age of 16, at the age of 16, right? This time, if
At the
I
age of
suffer-
16 is when you know
No,
good or
no.
I'm
Just
asking.
us. Just
At the age
listen.
of 16,
yes.
I've known that I'm suffering, right? Should I be blamed or
No, let us look at what. Let us start by agreeing which is the what do you think is the age where you start knowing the right and good, and scientists can help us with that, because
You see,
when you look
first
at
of
the
all,
how brain functions, yes.
right and wrong, unless you're looking at it socially or culturally?
Of course,
But-
socially, yes, it will be socially, because we are living in a society, and social start with your family.
Then that
Yes.
means what may be wrong to you may not be wrong to me.
No, we know. Stop getting into that. I'm not saying that. Stop getting into that. What I'm just trying to say, you yourself, what can you? Do you have anything that you can classify as wrong?
Yes.
Do you have anything that you can classify as right?
Yes.
That's the time we talk about. Now it doesn't
You see,
matter.
as of
Don't
that
compare
time-
with,
okay, you
with
see, as
people.
of that time, to me, I've classified suffering as not wrong. I've classified it as good.
No
So to me,
problem.
it's
That's
not
our main focus is that you attain that age. So what we'll do at that age is now upon you.
So if
That's
I,
what.
if I acknowledge that I'm not wrong, I'm not suffering,
Yes.
right? But to you, you can literally see that I'm suffering.
You see what matters to me? That age. That is the age. Once you clock that age, it doesn't matter what you will think after that age. You understand? So what I'm trying to use is that age.
So
because
before
if-
that, okay.
Because if you leave it open, that until you start knowing the right and bad, you can prolong the knowing the right and bad even up to 60 or 80, and say that is when I've started knowing the right, the wrong and bad.
Let's
I mean
be-
the right and good.
Let me ask you people. Before 18 years as per Kenya, you didn't know what is right and wrong?
No, that is the age of majority, like the age whereby you can you can enter into a contract.
So
you
a
can,
17-year-old cannot make decisions.
no, they're under guidance of their parents. They're not allowed. Because
Institutionally, they are tied.
yes, because their brain has been measured that at that particular time
Remove
they are immature.
constitution. We're in the real world.
They're immature.
When did you know between what's right and wrong?
Personally, and that's also depend with the environment. But now, to be fair, for all the the subject of a particular country, they have to set a certain age. So that's why they set 18. But it's not universal, that one. That is for Kenya.
Yeah.
So it will depend. It will change from one country to another. So what we are saying, what we should focus on, if we can get the universal age, that which we use that and we say as a reference point, beyond which now you know the right and good. So that's what we should focus on. So once you hit that age, we know that you can decide on your own. We know that if you do bad, there is a consequence. So you start ensure that you gather information so that you ensure that you achieve whatever you want to achieve. Yeah. So I can confidently say that you are where you are if you are 18 years and above because of your decisions. Right? Because of your decisions.
You see, if you look at it again, if you go deep and start, okay, I agree with you, but again, we understand that the social life that we live in affects us more based on the upbringing. You may realize that to the environment that you are living in influenced you in a way, right? Which maybe slowed down some of your operations. Right? So should we still tie you down to that? Should we not blame part of you as the programming that you underwent?
You are supposed to know that this environment is, you're supposed to be comparing yourself with other people,
Yes.
what other people are doing,
Yeah.
and know that this environment is like maybe confining me too much. Yeah. So it's still on you. Yeah. We have internet.
Yes.
You can't say that you don't know what is happening in other countries. You can know that.
What if I don't have a phone?
If you don't have a phone, you can even get stories from other people. about other places. You go to social places like even sports, you meet with people from other areas.
If you go to them, they're just looking at the sport games as well.
Sorry?
Those people.
Yes.
They'll just be watching sports.
What do you mean by just watching sport?
The people you say we should go to.
No, what I'm just saying, when you meet from people, or when you go to school, you'll always meet people from different environments. And that's what we call exposure. You can share information and now share it with where you come from. In fact, the better part of our growth usually shaped with even the schools we go to. When you go to school, you meet other people and they tell you the experience outside there, right? Yeah. So from there you can know, okay, whatever I thought is in our community, or is there something beyond that. Yeah. So it takes our decisions, right? Yeah. So I think we can just summarize. Let's just summarize by saying that you are where you are not because of God, it's because of your decisions, right? Yes?
Yes.
You don't agree still? Okay, say something.
Oh, okay. Okay. Me, I'll just say, yeah, I agree.
Because tell me, even the richest person in the world, if you ask them, they did not get there by luck.
True.
They did something.
Yeah.
And sometimes if they share with you the process they went through, you might not even be even an inch close to that.
So
it's really a lot.
What we should all take home here is that we shouldn't blame God for our suffering.
Not even just God, anyone.
Anyone.
Yes.
If you are of legal age, or as you guys,
once not even legal age.
Once you know the difference between right and wrong.
When you reach that stage where society expects you that you know the right and society. When you reach an age where society expects that you can now reason, yes, you should now start acting. Let's say, and this is very simple. When you give birth to a child, there is a point when you start telling the child, no, don't hold the cup like that. It will fall, right? When that child start knowing that I was told, I was warned against this, and they stop doing that, that's what we say, you've started learning.
Okay, true.
So whenever your brain reaches a point where you can learn, yes, that's what we are saying, that knowing the right and the bad.
Okay.
If you are capable of learning, yeah. So once you realize that you can learn, always be yearn for getting more information.
True.
And the more information you get, the better you will be.
Yeah.
Yes. You're done?
We're good.
You're well?
Yeah.
So you agree that you are where you are because of your decisions?
Yes.
If you would have made some poor decisions, you wouldn't be where you are, right?
Yeah.
And you will be where you will be because of the decisions that you made in the past and today.
Yeah.
And you will make even in the future, right? So, yeah. So, guys, that's it. Take it home and start acting. Forget about your past. If you've been doing some things that to the best of your knowledge, you know that it will bring you down, it's time to change your thinking. Don't blame God. Don't blame your neighbor. Don't blame your society. Don't blame anyone. Know that everything where you are, your situation is because of you. Right? So, see us in the next episode. Thank you. And thank you for watching.